This is my audience.
The most problematic idea that we face in today's world is obesity of not only our adults, but our children as well. Us Americans are known for being lazy and overweight, and many experts believe that it starts with our childhood. Obesity isn't something that just impacts your image, but there are so many underlying issues that are associated with obesity, and it starts with your childhood, that the problems just pile up. Obesity is one of the biggest and quickest arising problem in our country today that our parents and our healthcare providers need to be aware of these numbers to help our children. Obesity and overweight, two of the same things? Not exactly. According to Centers of Disease Control, obesity is defined as being severely overweight and having a body mass index, also called a BMI, of or greater than the 95 percentile. Now, to put that into words, a 10-year-old boy who is about 4'6" and weighs 102 pounds would give him a BMI of 22.9, putting him in the 95 percentile. Caloric imbalance is the result of obesity, meaning that too many calories are being put into the body and not enough are being burned. Overweight is a little different story. Being overweight means that your child has above average or what is considered normal weight. And being overweight as a child can and will lead to being obese as an adult. Now that I've explained a little bit about obesity and the definition, I will now discuss some causes of obesity. No expert can really pinpoint why there is such an increase in childhood obesity, and many want to blame the parents, the child themselves, food, or any other factor. But I'm here to discuss some real factors. My first factor that increases obesity would be TV and the internet. It has become so popular in our world today that all children want to do is bury their head in an iPad or an iPhone or a tablet or the TV that it really distracts the kids from going outside and being physically active. There are so many advertisements on the TV of foods such as McDonald's and their newest burger or Snickers and their newest candy bar that the kids are just going to want to eat. And sitting in front of the TV all day creates boredom, and boredom creates hunger. My next cause would be lack of physical activity, the obvious. According to the healthgeneration.org, many of our adolescents fall short of what is considered normal physical activity of 60 minutes or more, and only about 18% of grades 9 through 12 met this standard. My final cause would be sugary beverages. Kids love their juices and their pops, and all of this extra sugar is what is the biggest contributor to all the extra sugar added in kids' diets. Now, don't get me wrong, all of these factors that I just said aren't going to give your child obesity if you give it to them in moderation. Now that I've discussed some causes of obesity, I will now discuss the impacts that it has on your children. Obesity can and will affect your child's future. Some serious health issues will come along with being obese as a child. My first serious health issue is type 2 diabetes. With all the increased numbers of type 2 with obesity, there's more and more children being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Now, type 2 diabetes can be very serious and life-threatening if it goes untreated, but it is very treatable with a safe and healthy diet. My next serious health issue is asthma. Children who are overweight are carrying extra weight, which makes it harder to breathe, causing inflammation of the respiratory tract, making it harder to breathe and giving your kid asthma. My next serious health issue is heart failure. The heart has to work harder when a child is overweight, and this will cause your child to develop heart issues later in life. Children who are overweight are carrying extra weight, which causes stress on your bones and joints, making them have serious bone and joint issues as they get older. Today, I first discussed the definition of obesity and a little bit about it. And secondly, I discussed some causes of obesity. Finally, I discussed the impacts of obesity and the future that it has for your children. The most problematic idea that we face in today's world is obesity of not only our adults, but our children as well. So in conclusion, many parents want to ignore the fact that they have a serious problem of being overweight, but the best way to deal with it is head on and to remember that moderation is key. Now, if you have a child, make sure they go out and get their 60 minutes of play in today.
And this is my audience.